I'm Bryn from Jaxtina English, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some reasons why I fell in love with Vietnam. Let's get started. Number one, the Hanoian traffic. Okay, I'm only joking, but I do maintain that it is a great opportunity for me to practice my Vietnamese pronunciation through swearing. Okay, so the real number one, cheap beer. If you ask any English person who's been on holiday, how was your trip? The cost of the beer will be one of the first things that they mention. Even basing how good the trip was on the price of the beer. For example, one might ask, how was your trip to Prague? And the response might be, it was great, the beer was so cheap. Such is the culture of English people. Now, I knew Vietnam would be cheaper than my own country when I planned to come here, and I based my trip on it, but I had no idea that beer Huy would be as cheap as 3,000 dong in some places. The trade-off is, of course, that Vietnam lacks the variety in beer that I came to love in England. So I do miss my favorite drinks from time to time. Okay, number two, the climate. The people in Britain, on average, get about 6 days of sunshine per year. And the rest of the time it's either overcast or raining. So we live for the summer. At the very moment there's even a hint of sunshine, we are all outside in our shorts with a bottle of cider and a barbecue. This is, of course, also what prompts most people in Britain to leave the country in search of sunnier places. And one of the reasons I myself enjoy Vietnam so much, it takes a long time to get used to how hot it can get here, but it is well worth it once you do. So, number three, the friendliness of the people. Now this could be number one because it is amazing. My friends, they assure me that it's just because I'm foreign, but I believe the Vietnamese people are extremely hospitable and welcoming. People smile, they say hello, they've stopped at the side of the road to help me with my bike when I've had trouble, and I've had a lot. They've bought me endless amounts of beer and even invited me to weddings. I've been to a Vietnamese wedding. I still can't believe that. Foreigners often don't get treated so nicely in my country, especially if they can't speak English. In Vietnam though, it's no problem, you know, you just have some rice wine. Okay, number four, the stunning landscapes. I spent a good amount of time traveling around the country, and without a doubt, Vietnam is the most beautiful place I've been to. It's got such a range as well, from the mosaic-like rice terraces in narrow gorges to breathtaking wide valleys between looming mountains, to the white sand beaches and crystal clear water. What more could you want? Snow? It's overrated. Trust me. Number five, the even more stunning girls. What can I say? Vietnamese girls are the most beautiful in the world. That's enough said. Okay, number six, the food. So this one is more about how healthy the food is rather than the taste. I do love a bowl of pho for breakfast or bún chả for lunch, but they'll never be able to replace a good full English or my mum's chicken curry, both of which are full of flavor but are decidedly less healthy. In fact, the Vietnamese diet is one of the healthiest in the world, and you can tell when you look at the people. I've rarely ever seen someone that you would call fat, at least by Western standards. So here in Vietnam, I can enjoy delicious food and keep slim. Sounds good to me? Okay, number seven, the diverse culture and heritage. Wow, where do I even begin with this one? Whether it's the Buffalo Festival in Haifa, the Lunar New Year, which they call Tết, or maybe a bit of Quan Ha in Bắc Ninh. Each place seems to have something unique, and anyone who has been to see the Ethnic Minorities Museum here in Hanoi will know that Vietnam has a whopping 54 ethnic minorities native to their country. Some with their own language and special customs, so to say that I know a lot about Vietnam would be a lie. There is so much in this country to discover, I could spend my whole life trying. Okay, number 8, the respect for teachers like myself. This blew my mind when I first started teaching. I can't remember when I was younger ever hearing someone enthusiastically thank a teacher before I came to Vietnam. Moreover, myself never showed any kind of respect to a teacher that I might receive here when I was younger. It's not even seen as much of a respectable position back home. And yet, everyone in Vietnam, they have the whole day to celebrate it. They have Teacher Day. It's this kind of cultural attitude I think England should adopt. Number 9, the national love of football. I can remember when Vietnam played against Uzbekistan in the AFC Under-23 final. Suddenly, every single person had a Vietnamese flag and was driving like a maniac. I watched it at Meeting Stadium with my friends, and I've never seen so much red in my life. Where do you even get that many flags? Unfortunately, Vietnam lost, but the atmosphere was palpable. And that's why it often pains me to tell my students that I don't really follow the football. I'm probably one of the few Englishmen that doesn't, which is unlucky for my students. I can't help but feel a sense of pride though for Vietnam's love of a sport that my country, of course, helped popularize. And it always brings a smile to my face when someone has heard of my hometown solely through football. Well, that's everything I can think of. Thanks for listening to me ramble on. If you found this video interesting, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And then you can subscribe to our Jaxtina English channel as we post videos all the time. So that's it from me. Vietnam vô địch!